Back to Robert Sarver.
Yeah, speaking of almost canceled. So apparently there's the second largest stakeholder in the Phoenix Suns. It's a gentleman by the name of John Najami. He's the vice chairman and minority owner of the team. He has called for Robert Sarver to resign. He did this in an open letter to team employees, which was released on Thursday night, saying that there should be, quote, zero tolerance for lewd, misogynistic, and racist conduct in any workplace. And of course, Sarver's been banned for 1 year, fined $10 million after the NBA released its findings from a 10-month independent investigation. Najafi, who has been critical of Sarver since the allegations were first reported by ESPN in November, is one of three vice chairmen of the Suns, with several other minority investors also part of the ownership group. Here's some of the statements he made. Similar conduct by any CEO, executive director, president, teacher, coach, or any other position of leadership would warrant immediate termination. The fact that Robert Sarver owns the team does not give him a license to treat others differently than any other leader. The fact that anyone would find him fit to lead because of this ownership position is forgetting that the NBA teams belong to the communities they serve. Then he goes on to say, team investors are merely temporary stewards. If we as sports leaders are not held to the same standards, then how can we expect a functional society with integrity and respect on any level? We owe it to you, employees, players, and partners, and your families to provide the same positive workplace environment we would require of any other business. And then he says, I cannot in good judgment sit back and allow our children and future generations of fans to think that this behavior is tolerated because of wealth and privilege. Well, he is suspended for a year and fined $10 million, so it's not necessarily tolerated. Therefore, in accordance with my commitment to helping eradicate any form of racism, sexism, and bias, as vice chairman of the Phoenix Suns, I am calling for the resignation of Robert Sarver. So there you go. I would say that that's a strongly worded letter.
Yeah.
Ram Najami.
Yeah. Ram had no skeletons in his closet, I guess.
No. But to be fair, would you say, apparently it was being tolerated in Phoenix because these things happened and it never came up until ESPN wrote about it. And when it was written about, didn't the NBA do an investigation for 10 months? And they ended up suspending the guy for a year and fining him $10 million. So I don't think that conduct is being tolerated by any means. If he didn't get any kind of suspension and only got a minimal fine, then I think you have a case that it's being tolerated.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. This is a difficult one because right now he's public enemy number one. This is the reason why I feel like he's going to ultimately lose the team. Like the players can go, they could take it to a new level. They could say, I'm not going to play for this guy. How can you make me play for a guy like that? And in the world today, I think that people would be like, yeah, why would you want to play for a guy like that? So therefore, it can kind of disrupt like the system. It can disrupt this money-making machine heading down the road. And players are like, I'm not playing for the Phoenix Suns. I'm not going to go work out for the Phoenix Suns when it comes to the draft. I'm not going to do this for the Phoenix Suns until that guy is gone. And at that point, I think, what's the point of even having a team if like your public image isn't at the highest level? So I don't know. I think his reputation is probably $10 million, 1 year fine. All right, that's a lot. Reputation being ruined for the rest of your life. I don't think he bounces back from it, personally. I think that's probably the best thing probably for him to do.
All right, explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. When he's saying that he wants Robert Sarver to resign, what he wants is Robert Sarver to sell the team, to step down as the governor of the team, the chairman, the CEO of the Phoenix Suns, which would then be divesting of the team, right? Or selling his shares.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So can he still be making money off the Suns, but he doesn't have a position where, in theory, he's the face of the franchise?
Yeah, I don't actually know that answer. But if he doesn't want to sell the team, then why can't he continue to make money on the team? Or I wonder if he could make decisions, just not be around. I don't know. It's complicated when it comes to ownership because, you know, there's a lot of minority owners on teams that just, you know, collect checks or write checks. It's just the way it goes, and we don't really know them. If you went around every team, there's a face of the team. There's, you know, 1, 2, maybe 3 at the most of each team where you're like, oh yeah, that person owns the Suns, the Timberwolves, the Celtics, the Nets. But in this situation, if he asking for him to resign, is he asking for him to not be the public figure of the team? Are they asking for someone else to be the public figure of the team? I don't know.
Now, the mayor of Phoenix, Kate Gallego, she also weighed in. So you had Kate Gallego and some of the city council members released a statement saying they were, quote, appalled by the actions that were detailed in the SARVER report. In a statement, the mayor of Phoenix, Kate Gallego, said, "It's unacceptable for an organization's leadership to be associated in any way with the despicable actions detailed in the report. We are equally concerned about a culture that would enable these actions to occur time and time again with, at most, ineffective disciplinary action." She then added, "We have asked city staff to investigate any actions we as leaders of the city of Phoenix can take in light of the details substantiated in the report." Does that mean there could be they'll concede there could be?
Now I want to be clear. The owner of the Phoenix Suns walked around with a towel, took a shower, walked around in the hallway butt naked, said some crazy stuff. But the one thing that ESPN reported more than anything is he used the N-word. And now they're saying because he used the N-word, it's egregious, it's disgraceful. Now, if you know the business structure, there's the CEO, which is the head, the XO, which is the second, the XO, which is the largest minority stakeholder in the company. He's asking the owner to basically step down, sell the team. But the biggest thing is he used the N-word. Now, all this, the owner was fined $10 million and gave a 1-year suspension from having any interaction with his team. Just for the walking down a hallway with a towel on is only bothering the employees of the company. But using the N-word, oh, now they're saying black players may not want to go there. Black players may not even want to work out for the team if they're drafted. Because he used the N-word, they're saying black players, and we all know that the NBA is 90% black. Now they're saying, oh, he's messing with our product. The black people won't come here because he used the N-word. How come the N-word is important to every other ethnic class of people? How come using the N-word disrupts revenue, but the N-word don't disrupt self-respect in the black community? It is amazing how every other ethnic group understands the power and full strength of the N-word, but we don't. Now you could say, yeah, but we say it different, we use it different. When you look in the Webster's dictionary, the word nigger means the same. Ethnic group, what time of day it's said, what day of the week, what time of the year, who say it, it doesn't have an alternate meaning. Like, share, and subscribe, y'all. I'll catch you on the next one.